Good afternoon, I'm Joe Nastasi, owner-operator of Barnstable Harbor Ecotours. I moved to Barnstable Village in the late 1980s, went out on a boat ride with a friend, and decided that day that I had to have my own boat. We have a beautiful natural resource here, Barnstable Harbor and the Great Marsh, and nobody was doing anything like this, and the ecotour industry is growing. And I thought it was time that somebody do it here. The boat was custom built in Hudson, Florida, which is near Tampa, by a company called Sightseer Marine. It's a great boat for this application. It draws just very little water, so we can go as far up into the marsh where it's mostly low water as possible. And it's a very comfortable ride. We're licensed for 28 passengers and 2 crew, although I usually limit it to 23, 25 people so that everyone's more comfortable. We leave the dock here and head out, and it's a 2-hour putt-putt. We usually putt along at a pretty slow speed. Ultimately, we wind up over in the Great Marsh, which we usually get a couple miles deep into the marsh, where we see all kinds of mostly bird life, shorebirds. Sometimes we see seals. We cruise along the back beach where there's all kinds of hunting cabins and beautiful beaches that are only accessible by boat or 4-wheel drive. And we head past the Sandy Neck Cottage Colony and Lighthouse, which has quite a historic significance to the area. And it's probably one of the most photographed areas on all of Cape Cod.
How are you? Andrea.
Full house today, huh?
Thanks. Hello, welcome aboard.
Yes, I'm Phil. I'll be your guide today. Eric is our captain back here.
Hi, my name is Eric Stacy, and I've been helping Joe with the ecotours since its inception, and I'm a fill-in captain and love the opportunity to get out on Barnstable Harbor whenever I can. And I learn a lot from all the great naturalists too, so even though I grew up here all my life, I learned a little bit on every trip.
We have both common terns and least terns diving for fish, and the least terns are a special concern. They nest with the piping plovers on the end of Sandy Neck right here. So, see, the fish are being eaten by all those diving terns. Well, on a trip we have the regular birds that live right here in the marsh that spend most of the time here. Great blue herons. It turns out also the willets nest here. There are a lot of barn swallows, tree swallows, a lot of birds that stay here all the time, terns, and it's not so much, like I say, the variety of different species as much as the quantity of birds that they come here because they feel comfortable. And I saw black skimmers here, again, very, very rare to see one skimmer. I saw 12 all at once here.
Ecotour business I got into because of the beautiful area here where we live.
Side here, the claws. Most people are afraid of the claws, but of course, as you can see, they can't pinch. They're not too strong at all.
Most people that leave this harbor come out of the harbor, the inner harbor here, and take a right to go out into Cape Cod Bay. Nobody ever takes the left and goes up to where it's like pristine, beautiful, unspoiled, everything you can imagine. It's heaven.